car go vroom vroom on this Fast and Furious edition number 132. I think that's where we are in the movies. It's the Nifty Show. Joel Comm here along with Riles. Are you ready to go racing today?
I am so ready to go racing. I've got my timing all set for that boost at the starting line.
What was the game that it's at least a decade old now, but the one that I really liked, Paradise?
Oh, Burnout Paradise.
Burnout Paradise. That to me was the pinnacle of racing because it was more like a sandbox where you can go and destroy things and you get points for doing more than just winning a race.
Right. And no drivers.
And no drivers. That's right. You were outside the car as the driver. So this is a project that I encountered while at the Non-Fungible Conference in Lisbon in spring of 2023. I met a gentleman named Jonathan Behar, and Johnny B, as we're going to call him today, is the creator, founder, and perhaps the CEO of IconX World, IconWorld. John, welcome to the Nifty Show.
Hey, Joel. Thanks for welcoming me in the Nifty Show.
Yeah, we're seeing a turn, a pivot, a welcome pivot in the blockchain gaming space where we are getting back to the very basics that Riles has been preaching from the beginning, making games fun. And I saw this game, and you had a couple monitors set up with a couple driver seats. I got a chance to test it out. Tell us a little bit about what is IconX World.
There's 1 billion racing fans. Only 8% do real racing. It means that 92% are playing games, but they don't have the thrill of racing. And we said, how can we give them the thrill of racing? First of all, you have to put a stake. When you have stake in a game, you're not playing it the same way. I will take an example. Like when people are playing poker, if they play for free, they don't have any thrill. If they start to get some thrill, they don't play the same way. You don't have the same thing inside. So this is the first point of IconX. But the second point is also, when you play games like Gran Turismo or whatever, you have the new Ferrari that came out. Everybody can have the same Ferrari. You don't have any rarity in the car. So where is the advantage? Where do I have, whoa, it's got this car, how we get it? This is what I want to get in the game. So this recipe of IconX, getting stakes and getting cars that are not for everybody. Maybe you can make scholarships. There are a lot of game mechanics, so you can race all the car. But we put some game mechanics and we create a full ecosystem like the real world racing ecosystem with teams, with driver, with stakes, with brand, with sponsors. It's crazy. But all of that at the era of web3 and at the era of decentralization. No more elites. Everybody can enjoy the thrill of racing right from the living room.
Now, what kind of racing game is this? Is this an actual, you are behind the wheel, you are making the turns and the split-second reactions, and you are pushing for first place alongside other players in real time?
Yes, sir. I have to tell you something. I was the kind of kid, when I got a toy, I want to play with it. I want to drive it. I want to race it. When you have this racing car, you want to remote control it. You just want to have something beautiful that you look on your desk. So yeah, in IconX, you're racing, you're driving your car. But you're not obliged to be a driver. You can have a team and you can hire a driver. It's like, playing. Have you heard about Formula One Manager? Have you heard about this game? Yeah, F1 Manager. It's a game where you don't drive, you're managing a team, but you manage for free. So IconX is a mix of both worlds. You can be a driver and you're behind the wheel making the turn with your joypad or with your controller, game controller, or with a steering wheel. Or you can be a team owner. So your goal is to make scouting, to get the best driver and to hire them to make your team win.
Well, it seems like you have a lot of customization in the game, and we're looking right here at a video you've got on your YouTube channel of the custom shop. So this is not just pick a car. This is you have your NFT collection, and you can customize your car and your character according to that collection, right?
Yeah, perfectly. I mean, it's a mix. You can have your car as NFTs, so there are rarities. Not everybody can own a Bugatti. Okay, so you can have your Bugatti, but also you can take your NFT collection, like profile peer you love, and put your NFT on the car. So you have a mix and a pretty unique car, one of a kind.
Oh, so I can like put my board ape. I can decorate the car with my NFTs.
Right, perfectly that. And you
So I'm curious as to how the driving works, because with racing games, there's a huge spectrum. Where on one end you've got F1 and Gran Turismo, these really intense simulator experiences where you can tweak every parameter on the engine and the suspension, and then you've got more arcadey stuff like Dirt and Forza Horizon and that sort of thing. So where does IconX stand on that spectrum?
at the beginning, we are more on the simulation side, and we take an engine that is more realistic in the driving than Formula One and than Gran Turismo. Really, we are in the very high-end simulation with very advanced physics simulation. Okay, because I want it to be a skill game. I mean, at the beginning, I want people, to feel the car. When you're playing like more arcade game, all the cars are pretty the same. There's just a difference in the acceleration. But now I want people to feel the car. When you get the car, when you learn how to race it, it really becomes part of you, and you know how to master it. So this is the first feeling that we are providing in IconX as today. It's a real simulation.
So, what is the strategy for onboarding mainstream then? Because we know there's a lot of resistance from the gaming community about NFTs. So, what is your approach that isn't NFTs in your face that can embrace the current gaming community?
Joel, this is an excellent question, and we've been under fire with this one. And I have to tell you, yesterday I was at a crazy party, okay, with very fancy car. We have the McLaren, we have the Bugatti, we have some Alpenglow. It was crazy, crazy place, very old school Maserati. And I was talking with one French car influencer, and I think people know that I'm French regarding to my accent. The guy
Oui,
is
oui.
named yeah, and the guy have a very huge millions community. And I say, okay, you know what? We're building that, and maybe you can get your own team. Maybe you can make because you drive car. People watch you. The guy is named Pog. People are watching you on YouTube, but I want them to drive with you. I want them to race with you the same car to have the feeling. And when I say that, the guy came to me and said, "Okay, I want it, but is your game is like crypto NFT stuff?" And I said, "Guys, when we present it, we have to present it like." Fortnite and Roblox, they use cryptocurrency. It's not based on blockchain, but at the end, you have inside game currency. They have like digital assets. So they already have, all this stuff with managing assets, digital assets, with managing money inside. So we have not to talk about crypto, not to talk about NFTs. It's just digital goods with rarities. That's it. And the blockchain is the tool that we are using. We are not branding ourselves as a web3 racing game. We're branding ourselves as a full racing ecosystem with an economy and like you have high stakes race.
So how does the monetization work? Is this a free to play game? And what are the sort of microtransactions that you anticipate keeping the game afloat through?
Okay, we have a very, very, very advanced tokenomics that we worked on with like crazy people. So first of all, um, to get the economy working, you can get a free to play. So when you enter into the game, you have free cars that you can use to get into some competitions. And game after game, you can earn cash, you can earn stuff, and with the cash you earn, then you can get better cars, you can buy better cars. Also, how the tokenomics works. You have a full ecosystem. When people buy stuff in game, a part of the money that is earned from first market or second market go back into like the prize pool, into the DAO. Then we are onboarding brands to create their tournament inside our game. So you have money that are made from the first and second market, and you are external money that getting from brands, from sponsoring, like in real life racing. Okay, so we are part of Web3 economy, but we also take like old school economy inside. So we have models that is sustainable.
So, if somebody wanted to be involved now, can they get one of these Genesis cars, or are they gone?
No, we didn't sell anything from now. We didn't
Okay.
sell anything. Every day we'll put some new cars in, okay, with some rarities. We have some common cars, but every day you will get drops on the car because the number of cars infinite, and the cars are for dream. Maybe we're waiting for the car for dream, the cars that we want to drive, because the physics is really close to the real car physics. So we want people to enjoy this stuff and get the car they love.
I'm looking through the website here, and there's a lot going on. And the site that is currently there, you've already told me offline that
Yeah,
the site is getting ready to go through a major overhaul. So if you're watching the
yeah.
video, what you see here at iconx.world, this is going to change dramatically, perhaps by the time the show is out. And so, what will people see here soon?
Yeah, they will learn more a lot, but the project has evolved a lot. It's been 18 months that we worked on the project to provide the best experience, and that everything has a meaning inside. Okay, we don't want something like just launch a game for launching a game with tournaments. We want everything to have a meaning. So we think it a lot and a lot. Okay, so to get the latest info, the best source is our Twitter. So you can see the latest car. We have a Lambo with crazy flames customized with the John Carp punk. So we make a one of a kind car for him. And people will see on the website how works the tokenomics, how works the car supply, how works the tournament, how you can race alone as a running, or how you can raise from a team, how you can be just an investor. I mean, you can delegate money on teams, you can delegate money on cars, and when you delegate money, a lot of things happen in the game. You can, the more you have delegated money to your team or to your car, the more you can customize and access to very precise customization on your car.
Just to give everybody who's listening to this a little bit of a reference point for what they can expect from the action in IconX, what racing game would you say most inspired the driving and the way that this game feels, if you can name one?
One game, and we are based on this one. It's Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa is a very, very old game. It's 10 years old game. And 10 years ago, it was made 10 years ago. And 4 years ago from now, the editor said, okay, we stop, making this game evolve. And this game was made to be modded a lot. So what happened is the community start to create mods, and every day you have new cars, every day you have new tracks, every day you have new graphic renders, and the graphics now you can have like very beautiful graphics into the game. And we are based on this game. Okay, so the engine we use is this game. We have onboarded a lot of modders from the community to make the mods into IconX. So we already have an ecosystem with a great physical engine that is really, really appreciated from the people into the simulation racing world. Okay, so the community is already there, but now they play for free. We say, now, guys, you will play for high stakes race. And this is what we want, like provide a new experience and simplified experience. Because from now, when you want to install cars, when you want to get new tracks, when you get tournaments, it's very complicated. IconX is building a layer over this game to make it like very simple for like Apple experience. You install, you click, it works.
That's excellent. Well, when I saw you at the conference, I thought this is something special, because the first thing I see here is not a blockchain game; it's a racing game. And of course, I had to sit down, give it a try, and realize that I can't drive worth a crap, as I kept.
This, you know what? Yesterday at this party, I was talking with a pro driver in a Porsche team, racing team. And I said, because it's not like, like an arcade game. You get in and you're good. Bro, you have to spend some time with your car, learn how to master it. But when you master it, the feelings that you have is so good. When you have to master your drift, you make your turn at the good, you feel like you're just not drifting, but very close to drifting, and you master it at the millimeter. And this is what I like. And I talked to this pro driver and say, what do you think if you came and you teach the people how to race the car they own? And say, me, I love to share my knowledge. So this is what I want. Is not people getting and race and drive, and after 20 minutes, they go elsewhere. I want people to teach how to master the car, to get lessons from a very good and a pro driver, and then make this enhance their knowledge and their skill level on the game. This is what I want, and this is what we're building, and why we're onboarding a lot of sim racing pro driver and real life pro drivers.
How did you feel watching that NASCAR stock compete?
I mean, you know what I love in the NASCAR? You saw when the guy goes close to the wall and go and overtake a lot of cars. You saw this one; it was crazy. I saw this one. You saw this, yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I mean, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of that, because, the, the car industry, when you're driving, it's a mix of, I don't know how to translate it in English. Chevalier. The guys from the Middle Age that go to fighting with old weapons, and with a lot of stuff on them, metal stuff. How do you call them in English?
Armor.
But the guy under the armor is called a knight. A knight. Yeah, I'm sorry. So it's like a knight, because on the old school, when the guys went to race, especially in 30, 40 years ago, they were risking their life into a car that are almost prototypes. You have this video of the old Mercedes SLR that go, and they were flying, during Le Mans. So it means that you have something crazy into the mood of racing. I mean, you're risking your life into crazy machines. It's a mix of nice spirits with high-tech creation and engineering creation. This is what I love about racing. Unfortunately, behind your PC, we cannot give you the risk, but we try to give you the thrill, and then you can enjoy it from home. And maybe one day, some people from IconX world, we will build one real life racing team like the IconX Racing team, and we'll go in real life and take drivers that were grown, that were get skilled into a world to the real life in our own cars.
Now that is a big vision and a big dream, and I appreciate your passion. You guys can go check it out at iconx.world, the website to be updated soon. John B., thanks for coming on today, and we're going to be keeping an eye on your project.
Thank you very much. Thanks for welcoming me. And maybe Joel, when it roll out, the beta will roll out in few days. I want you to get in. We want to train you, and we want you to kick my ass very soon on the track.
I will become a master driver. Thanks again, John.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
It's a huge day for Motorheads on the Nifty Show.
Yeah,
it
I'll tell you
seems.
what, makes me want to go vroom vroom a little bit here, get behind the wheel and try again. He's right. It does take time to learn to master your vehicle to become one with your car.
But he also understands the spirit of that, and I love seeing that kind of soul and passion put into a project that is not necessarily a blockchain project, but a project which benefits from blockchain.
Which brings us one step closer to mainstream adoption. Thanks for watching and or listening today. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, ring bells, and do whatever it is to indicate that you like what we're doing here. And until next time,
keep it nifty.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Riles are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Riles say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kinda spiffy. The Nifty Show!